Once again, the gods, the goddesses have blessed us with another day to wake up to become better men, better women, better fathers, better wives, better mothers. What my thought for today is, what is the basis of wokenism or Odinism? What's the base of it? It's a question that I think that we all need to ask ourselves is, what is the main objective, the main focus point? In wokenism and Odinism, the basis for our belief, the foundation of our way of life, is the gods and the goddesses. Nothing else comes before it, and nothing else should come after it. Everything should be built upon this foundation. I see a lot of people who embrace wokenism and Odinism, and in many cases they lack an understanding of what it is that we do. They lack an understanding of the goals that we have. And one of the things that we have to always remember is that everything we do in life, every decision we make, every choice we make, how we interact with each other, how we interact with nature, how we interact with other people, even how we interact with our children, our work. There's not one aspect within our life that the gods and goddesses are not the focal point of. And I think sometimes we forget this. I think sometimes we have more belief and more trust in what we can do than we do have that trust in what the gods and goddesses can do. As I've stated before, I personally believe that, and this is just my personal belief based upon my own studies, I don't look at the gods and the goddesses as literal. I don't look at the myth and the lore as literal. I look at the gods and the goddesses as archetypes. I look at them as different aspects of human nature, different aspects of the laws of nature. And I look at the myths and the lore in the same light. Now, does that mean that everybody that doesn't believe the way that I believe is wrong? That's not for me to say. But my purpose for telling you this is to let you know that everything I do, the way that I think, the way that I act, I always try to make sure that the gods and the goddesses are at the top of that thought process. Because it's so important. If we're going to truly understand what wokenism and Odinism is, and we're truly going to benefit from the knowledge that's handed down to us, we must begin to make it a working force within our life. And the only way to do that is to put the gods and the goddesses foremost in our life. When you wake up in the morning, you should thank the gods and the goddesses for allowing us to wake up. We should meditate on how can we become like our gods. How can we become like our goddesses? And I just think that too much time is spent in the political area. Too much time is spent on the race area. Because if we truly believe in our gods and our goddesses, then we truly have to believe that by putting the gods and the goddesses first, they'll give us the answers to everything that we need. They'll guide us. We just have to be willing to reach out to them. We have to be willing to learn. We have to be willing to sit down and start learning the runes. And because really the runes are the gateway to the gods. I mean, this is the main reason why the god Wotan learned the runes, because it opened up the knowledge. It separated the physical knowledge from the deep-rooted, or what people would call spiritual knowledge. So, in order for us to progress as individuals and progress as a people, and in order for our tribes and kindreds to grow, we have to ask ourselves what is most important to us in this way of life. And to me, it's a very simple question. It's the gods and the goddesses, because our race has been here since the beginning of time. And we will be here when it ends. And the main reason for that is because our gods and our goddesses give us the tools and the necessary knowledge in order to survive. So my positive thought for today is figure out what's most important to you, and figure out and ask yourself, what's your main objective in being a wokeness or nodness? With that said, as always, hold the heathen hammer high, and I fuck their world. Hell son.